Go for it.
This is the app show for week 6.
7.
Week 7.
Yeah.
It
Go.
is. My first...
My first...
No,
Go. All right, my first app this week is Mailbox, mailboxapp.com. It's a really nifty way of dealing with your Gmail. At the moment, they only sort Gmail, but one thing that it brings you that the other apps don't is the ability to swipe. And I use a app management tool called Clear. I think it's Clear, something like that. And it allows you to set in the different tasks and then swipe it to delete it. But the real powerful thing about Mailbox app is to be able to schedule times when you want to receive that email.
I really like that.
So you can push it to an hour or a week or a month or forever. You know, you can literally just say, remind me about this in 6 hours' time. Also, the good thing about this is that there's a massive waiting list, so everybody's really excited about it, creating amazing buzz.
It's a nice thing, isn't it? So you can download the app, but it actually gives you a countdown screen.
Go check it out, mailboxapp.com. Is that actually counting? What's that doing?
It is.
There you go.
You know, my first app
Boom.
is Abouttime, abouttimeapp.com, and I'm very much a list writer. I then put things onto a calendar, but I've recently realised that some people struggle with that structure, and what this app does is it lets you document your time in slots. So you know you've got to do so many things in a day, and people seem to be able to write down what they needed or what they've done so they can build up a list. It's also good for timekeeping. So I've been looking at that. They are About Time News on Twitter.
Abouttimeapp.com as well. About Time News. There's a lot of T's going on in that, isn't there?
It's a time tracking that doesn't get in your way. Time tracking app that doesn't get in your way, and how natural you think about your work. Well,
awesome. My second app this week is Shortwave. Quite excited about this. Are you still laughing at yourself?
Yeah.
I'm still very excited about this, where it might go, and I'm really hoping that the team gets behind it and does a little bit of digging and research, because it's very much like Seismic in some ways, in the fact that you can start a conversation and then ask people to reply to it.
Yeah.
And then you get like a bunch of people reply, little video replies.
Yeah.
So in some ways, it's like Seismic. In a lot of ways, it's not, because it's not like an open timeline. But
I think it's been inspired by it, because I did see an article that referenced it.
yeah, yeah. I'm still waiting for a new Seismic. If you're watching Seismic or anybody to do with Seismic, open source the code. Give the code away so that we can get Seismic back up again. I love Seismic. It was awesome.
My second app is eonenergy. Now, E.ON are my electric and gas providers, and I really like the fact that energy companies are now starting to produce support apps for you to keep track, put your meter readings in. But the thing I like about this is it shows you a comparison year on year of what your energy consumption's been. So I can see how much gas and electric I used last January and the January before.
Where did they get this from?
This is actually on E.ON's site, or at E.ON Help will probably give you some good answers, because they seem to have a good Twitter little group. But you can send meter readings, it gives you energy tips. So although E.ON's my service provider, check out your own service provider of your electricity, and if you're going to change providers, actually take a look at the kind of services they're offering you.
Awesome. My final app this week is ping4alerts, ping4.com. This was an app that launched probably about 2 years ago. Didn't really get much social traffic or resonance. People were sort of like, meh, it's okay, it does what it does. But it's really come into its own recently with the Sandy disaster and also all the snow falling, that this company is now just... It's funny how the internet works. Like 2 years later, they've had an investment of about £5 million, I think it is, to actually provide alerts, this system for alert system, if you're in a certain region. So if I fly to the States and I go through Texas or whatever, and I'm on my mobile phone, if there's a disaster or something, it will alert me with a push notification.
I liked on the site the
hyperlocal, love
being
that.
able to notify if children are missing,
Right.
or so there's
Right.
local notifications. I really like that. My final app is an app that we've looked at before, and Phil brought this to our attention, and that's Dingdong, which on the surface of it is just a doorbell that rings to the person who's also connected. You can send a photo, and some apps sort of find their way into your psyche, and we've been using this to just sort of doorbell from the top of a locked door into the studio.
Yeah.
One thing I found recently is being able to add a particular ding-dong recipient to your home screen.
That's nice.
So you can build up a little doorbell list of people who you contact regularly.
And it's like Foursquare, but private.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As in, it doesn't alert everybody, just the person you want to talk to.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really good for that.
And it's quite useful for working out where people are at festivals. You can take a little photo of the thing that you're nearest to and it'll send it. But so, that's that. Ding Dong. Dingdongapp.com.
Awesome. We'll catch up with you next week. Goodbye.